drifted dangerously from our values. Fellow patriots, we must confront the truth. Our party is in dire straits. Many in our ranks stand disillusioned, disunited, dispirited, and demoralized. But this is not a time for despair. It's a time for honest reflection and decisive action. This is the moment of leadership. And let me appeal to you directly, my brothers and sisters who form the Electoral College. You, delegates, you carry the sacred responsibility of choosing our next leader of our tradition. Remember, the decision you make will echo far beyond this election. It will decide whether our party rises again or sinks further. Let me speak to the danger of selling one's future for momentary monetary comfort, even from the very hands that have caused us our misery. Patriots, I implore you to resist the temptation to sometimes yield to monetization of elections. This cannot continue. We must break this cycle of manipulation. Delegates, vote for values. Vote for principles. Vote for a leader who has proven over decades that others matter more and that leaders must work in service of the people they want to lead. Ghana deserves better. It's unacceptable that after 68 years of independence, our GDP per capita still struggles around $2,300. When countries like Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, our peers at independence, have moved far ahead. Let's hold our leaders accountable. We have to question political leaders who have amassed wealth for themselves and their families, while the masses continue to struggle to meet their basic needs. We must support lawful prosecution of the elites who have plundered the public treasury, and this should not sever partisanship. Today, as we unveil this office to house my campaign headquarters, we begin a crucial journey, a redemption mission, to restore our cherished values of service, sacrifice, selflessness back into our body politic. I call this the Triple S doctrine of leadership. I, Engineer Kwabena Ejay Ejapon, present myself to you as the most vital candidate, offering a new dawn, a new dimension, and a new direction. Yes, indeed, I come to you with a clear message. It is time for us to usher in a new dawn, a drastic departure from the status quo that has been associated with our party in recent times. A new dawn where NPP rediscovers its soul, where the culture of hard work, meritocracy, integrity, and professionalism is restored to our ranks and in the larger society, where decency, civility, and ethics define who we are. A new dawn where Ghana builds a fair economy that works for everyone, a regime that rewards productivity and restores faith in public service, where we unlock the full value of agriculture, creating wealth along the value chain from the farm through our factories to our markets, where the youth are inspired, rejuvenated, not with slogans, but with real opportunities in education, sports, tourism, and entrepreneurship. As a civil engineer, I will lead the regeneration of our urban environment and the renewal of our rural areas to improve livelihoods as we work towards the attainment of our SDGs. This is not a dream, and by the grace of God, I have the courage, the competence, the compassion, and the moral fortitude to lead this renewal. All my life, through thick and thin, through some of the very painful moments that have redefined the very framework of our democratic journey, I've lived for three things: to understand people, to love people, and to genuinely help people. Yes, indeed, life has taught me to feel the pain of others and to express real empathy to all manner of people, close and afar. Destiny forced me early in my life into this life of responsibility. I was just a young man of 20 years when I lost my dad, the late Justice Kojo Ejeye Japan, High Court judge and defender of rule of law, kidnapped and brutally murdered with three others in the infamous 30th June 1982 abductions. That dark chapter in Ghana's history that gave us the martyrs of the rule of law. This tragedy could have broken me forever, but I chose to endure. I chose to live in a way that will honor my father's legacy of dignified service, justice, and fairness. My long-standing dedicated service to this party is a matter of public record. I have dutifully served all our flag bearers since the onset of the Fourth Republic as a young activist presenting the NPP's party political broadcast on GTV in 1992 during the Adubuahin campaign, as Secretary to President Kufuor, as General Secretary of the party after my overwhelming victory at the Tamale Congress in 2014. And even after my suspension under bizarre circumstances, I returned to help President Akufo-Addo when he beckoned to help win his re-election in 2020. And in 2023, after contesting the presidential primary, I wholeheartedly supported the eventual winner, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I've always remained loyal to the elephant because faith is to the glory of God. I say this to the glory of God. I say this to the glory of God. It's been some 30 years of serving this party. I'm very glad to proclaim that I have an unblemished record. I have good relations with every leader of this party you can think of. I'm the bridge between our founding fathers and the future of our party. I have the institutional memory of the NPP because I've been tutored by its giants and grassroots, from B.J. Darocha, J.A. Kufuor, Nana Akufo-Addo, Apia Minka, Jemfi Bikai, Dr. Safu Edu, J.H. Mensah, Aram Ponsa, Adubuahin, Amesimeku, A.K. Deku. The list is too long, and my big brother Allan and many others. I mention Allan because I believe he must return home as we rebuild. I learned from them that leadership is not about entitlement. It's about sacrifice. It's about character. It's about loving and helping people. Patriots, this is our moment of truth. You, the delegates, you hold the power to decide whether the NPP rises again as a beacon of hope for Ghana or sinks further into disunity and despair. You have that golden opportunity, delegates, to set aside the growing enmity and adversarial rhetoric which has become a recent feature of our internal politics. You can denounce intellect for all you want, but it won't change the fact that intellect is the ingredient that drives development. I want to be brutally honest, very frank. If we treat ourselves as adversaries, how can we earn the trust of Ghanaians? Politics belongs to the ordinary people, not to the squabbles of the contented partisan elites. And I want to repeat here, politics belongs to the grassroots, belongs to the ordinary people, not to the petty squabbles of contented partisan elites. Let's not weigh down this party any further. And this is a very important paragraph. Delegates, let's not weigh down this party any further with a choice that will eventually call for unending efforts of reconciliation, reparations from hate speeches, and all manner of vile deeds. With me, KAA, the NPP has a clear path to unity and victory. We cannot continue to do the same things and expect different results. We need a pair of clean hands, a clear mind, a compassionate heart to lead our nation and our party. I, Kwabena Ajay Japan, stand ready to work with you, ready to unite our ranks, ready to rebuild, ready to restore hope for our party and every Ghanaian. So let's rise together. Let's return to our roots. Yes, the NPP must of necessity return to our noble roots. Let's make the NPP once again the proud tradition that inspires decent people to join politics under the banner of development and freedom. The time for renewal is now. The time for hope is now. The time for KAA is now. Ghana has to be engineered into prosperity. Ghana has to be engineered into prosperity. I can't leave this without mentioning my good friend, Charles Kojofosu, Daddy Lumba. And I remember Kwame Sefakai constantly on Friday mornings playing the famous Ankwanema tune because the lyrics meant so much to me about sacrifice. And in fact, he's somebody who I was very close to, saw him not too long ago. Although he'd been unwell, I've been very touched by his passing. May the Almighty God grant his beautiful soul peaceful, eternal rest, and to his family, the fortitude, the endurance to endure this difficult time. God bless you all. God bless the NPP. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.